Speech off.
So, as I said in my last video, I have an eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa, or RP for short. I honestly can't really remember when I was diagnosed with it. I believe it was when I was 5, and the only reason that my parents discovered there was something wrong with my eyes is because when I was 5, I was with my mom at Target at night, and I did the typical kid thing when you're excited to go to the grocery store, is that I ran in the parking lot and I ran straight into the sliding glass doors. After that, my mom's like, we need to go get your eyes checked. And I believe that's when it was diagnosed, because after that I started wearing glasses. And I wore glasses until I was 16 years old, because when I was 16, they just stopped working for me and were no help at all. With RP, the vision deteriorates over time. So when I was younger, I was able to read regular text for a little bit, and then as my vision slowly decreased, the print went up and up and up and up until I think the last font I was able to read was a 48 size font. When I was 11 years old, I was declared legally blind, and that really messed up my mental health for a little bit. I went through a very dark spiral from the time I was 11 till I was about 14. But before then, once the eyesight diagnosis was diagnosed, my mom wanted to make sure I was going to be successful, because I had other issues going on with me at the time, which I'll get into at a different time. And they wanted me to be successful, so I started learning Braille from the 2nd grade until I completed high school. And I got to learn Braille using memory cards and a pegboard. And I used a Perkins Brailler. It wasn't until I was in middle school that the Braille notes were starting to be created. And then once the Braille note touch, the first version came out, my TCBI, which is a teacher consultant who works with somebody like me, switched me to that, and I used that from high school until recent history. And going back to the vision loss, when I was told this, which my mom chose the worst place to tell somebody they're going to go blind, especially since I have a loud set of lungs on me, was we were at the gas station. It was nighttime. This is where I was at the end of 5th grade. And she looked at me and she's like, Priya, well, you're going to go blind. By the way, I did scream. It was not a happy reaction. And again, worst place to tell somebody they're going to go blind. And I believe when I was told this, I did go through a period of grieving. I did not like the world. I did push people away because I thought people were just going to pity me for having a disability. So I was just on a great mind stage. I didn't care what my parents looked like. I didn't care how much I weighed. I didn't even care about school. That changed in 8th grade, because I just got to the point where I didn't want to feel like that anymore, and I decided from a personal note to get out of the funk. I think the worst decrease in my eyesight was when I was a junior in high school. That was, I believe, the year I lost the most. So up to this point, I could still read large print pretty well, and I was still using Braille sparingly. I did use it. I think at this point I was using it to do some assignments. I don't remember. I believe so. But when I was a junior, I got to the point where it just really hurt my eyes to look at large print, so I had to go full braille and screen reader user. And the reason I knew my vision decreased is for my eyes, they like to do something weird to me. Every fall and spring, I don't know why, it just chooses that time of the year to say, hi. We're gonna choose something weird. We're gonna lose vision. We're gonna become more light sensitive. I don't know. My eyes are just strange sometimes. And I really started noticing that my vision field had changed because in my old high school, we had columns, and I was a pretty strong cane user at this time, so I needed to avoid said columns. But then I started walking into them. I was like, yeah, my vision went down. Yeah, and that's when I started wearing glasses because again, as I said before, they just weren't helping me at this point. Then I believe after that, my vision was overall stable after that large jump. And it's been stable ever since then, but what happened in 2023 is that my light sensitivity got worse, so I had to start wearing sunglasses pretty much. And any degree of light that would hurt my eyes, it just used to be for stage lights, because I used to do choir and in theater, so I'd have to wear sunglasses on the stage or it would really hurt my eyes. And that's the only time I had to use them, but when I got to that time period, my eyes started to be like, no, you have to wear them 24/7. So thank you for taking time to listen to this video. If you have any questions, please let me know by putting them in the comments. And I hope you all have a great day.
Speech on. Face near bottom. Stop recording video button.